Okay, so 10th standard students, a very good morning and warm welcome to all of you in the online session of JC English High School. Okay, so I think you all are fit and fine, and as of now we already have last two videos we already have yesterday. I think you got it that we have started with the economics part of part 2 of your social science, and the chapter name is, that is chapter 3. Chapter name is money and credit. This is a continuation of that one. Okay, means we are in the same chapter, regarding the money, what we have done, the meaning we have done, and we already have discussed about the evolution of money, how the money evolved to us or how money was discovered. It was the first barter system where we got goods to goods. Then commodity becomes, means one commodity we are not we, that time those persons, they have selected that commodity. Okay, maybe they will put a ship in one place and they will tell of this the whatever the weight is there for the ship, I will give you the goods for that measurement only. So that is commodity money. Then metallic money came. Previously people used gold coins, then your silver coins, bronze coins, they are the metallic money. Then the paper money, what we are having, it came into existence with the help of the government. Then the bank money means paper money came, but bank introduces something else like check, demand draft, that is the your bank money. And last, it was plastic money. Plastic money means that debit card and credit card what we are using. No need to carry cash and all like that. Okay, this is a modern way for the, or this can, we can say that this is a upliftment for this bank money. Once you are having this DD, means demand draft, check, for that also there is no need. See, you can do this, but then also if you are going for a shop, okay, what you have to do, you have to carry cash. There you can't give the demand draft, because again you have to go to bank, you have to make that draft, and then only you can come to the shop. So people don't go for that. People, what they do, they will go with the cash money. That also get modernized, and there is no need for carrying that cash also. If you go to a mall, okay, no need to carry cash. If you are having card, that is the digital money transfer. So they will put that card, you put the pin, the money automatically will be transferred from your account to the person to whom you have to pay. Okay, now that is also gone. A very digital things have come, that is the Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm. Okay, they are also no need to carry that card also. Okay, if you are having a account with those what is it, with this Google Pay and all, what you can with those apps, so you can easily transfer the money through your phone from that account, from your account to that account. Okay, so those are the evolution of money. Now we will go for the functions of money. What are the primary functions of money? Why we need money? Primary or main function. Okay, it is divided into two: primary or main function, this one, and the next is the secondary functions. Okay, so first we will go for the primary or main function. The important primary functions of money are this one. Number 1, medium of exchange or means of payment. It is a medium of exchange. I want 1 kg of sugar. How I can give? That will be a value, and I can give it through money. That is the main function of money. Medium of exchange or means of payment. Money is used for buying and selling goods or services. Money is used. Money is always used, whatever it is also known as cash or currency, that is being used to purchase any goods or services. Purchase or buy, both are similar word. Okay, to buy or sell, this one, buying or purchasing any goods or services. Okay, services means this transport we are going. Okay, that is a service we are getting from them, so we are paying there. Okay, where we are getting a tangible goods, means we are getting sugar, we are getting potato, we are getting a TV we are getting, that is the goods. Okay, whatever goods or services, to purchase or buy that one we need money. That is the primary functions of money. Measure of value, this is also very much important. If we know what is the measure of value, measure of value means how much price is that one, that is the value of that material. If we know that, then we can pay it with the money. If we don't know the value, so money, if money is there, the other person have to make a value, that 1 kg of or whatever. Okay, value means suppose 1 kg of dal or rice is 60 rupees. Okay, so the valuation for that 1 kg is being determined, and I also know that yes, I have to pay 60 rupees, then only I will get 1 kg of rice. So the value is determined with the help of money. Measure of value, the prices of all goods and services are expressed in terms of money only. The prices of all goods and services are expressed in terms of money only. Whatever, in any place you go for buying anything, it's a vegetable market, it's a mall, you are going for a theater, you are going for a hospital, you are going for the transportation, wherever you will go, the money is the main thing with which that goods or values, goods or services are being valued. Okay. Thus makes it easier to determine the value of goods and services with a common unit. Unit means rupee. Okay, so with the common unit we will be able to know or determine the value. Okay, if I go for a theater, the ticket price is 300 rupees. So I know with the money I can determine the value of that particular good or services. Now we will go for the secondary functions. What are the secondary functions? The important secondary functions of money are standard of deferred payment. The number one is standard of deferred payment. What it is? Money eases the future transaction too. A borrower is under an obligation to pay a specific sum of money on a specified future date by now and agrees to pay on a future date. Use of money facilitates such future services or future payments. See, standard of deferred payment. Deferred payment means I am going to a shop, okay, with money. I am paying it immediately. But I am going to a shop and I am telling that I am taking your goods, but I will give you the money after 2 days. That is known as deferred payment. Okay, so money eases the future transaction. So I am taking the goods, but I will give the money. When the transaction will be over, only when I am getting the goods and I am paying for that one. So I am paying it after 2 days. So for the future time only that transaction will be over. But this is only money for which it is possible. A borrower is under an obligation. Borrower means suppose I am taking a money. Suppose I have taken a loan from a bank. What I am telling you that monthly I will pay. How I will pay? Only with the help of money only. Monthly I will pay. The EMI. Okay, monthly what they are paying. Monthly equated installment. A borrower is under an obligation to pay a specified sum of money on a specified future date. Buy now and agree to pay on a future date. Don't think always about the goods and services. Services of course, because not only the goods, okay, in credit we are getting, no, means that becomes a credit, okay. So what happened? The loan, suppose I have taken a housing loan and I have purchased a house for me and I guaranteed the bank that this money, suppose I have taken 1 lakh rupees. So this 1 lakh rupee for 3 years, monthly I will pay you this much of money. So what I am telling? I will pay you this much of money. So money is the main thing which is making me ease to do the future transaction. So it is told that it helps us or it makes a standard of deferred payment. Now second one is the store of value. What is this store of value? Since the future value is assured, money has made it possible to save or store wealth for future. Okay, now in the previous video also I told you that suppose I need 1000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees I need by next March of 2021. How I can make myself secure? Only by saving money in my bank, so that time I can withdraw that money and I can fulfill my needs. So money is the only thing which makes us to get the store of value. Okay, storage of value means I am keeping the money for future transaction. So how I will keep? I can't keep anything else. No, only with the help of money. Suppose I need for my medical, okay, or suppose next year I have to pay my tuition fee. Okay, suppose I have to pay 10,000 as my tuition fee. What I will do? I will keep 10,000 in the bank, so that in the future, so I can use. I am storing it now and I am using it in my future. So I am storing it now only. So this is the this is the power of the money that helps us to store the value of wealth. Okay, so the last is the transfer of value. Transfer of value means the introduction of money has made the exchange of goods to distant places possible. Okay, distance places possible. How it is? Suppose I am a manufacturer. What I am doing? I am telling one more person who is purchasing there, okay, I am sending my goods, you pay the money in my account. Okay, so money is helping, or the introduction of money has made the exchange of goods to distant places possible. Or else how? It was previous time, we both have to go and then only the transaction will happen. Now in the distance places also we can make transactions. Suppose somebody is there in the Chennai and I am a manufacturer of mobile. Okay, what I will do? Okay, I am sending you 100 mobiles. You pay the money in my account. So the transaction is happening. Okay, but only due to the money. Because it is nowadays become very easier to transfer the money. So if we are transferring the money, means we are transferring the value of the goods and services also. The ease of transferring purchasing power, from person to person and place to place too has expanded the trade and commerce. So money has the power who helps us for transferring of value from one place to other, distance places also. It can be from here to Bangalore also, it can be here to Kanyakumari also, it can be here to Himachal Pradesh also, okay, or Kashmir also. How it is possible? Only because of money. So once money is giving us the power, or with the help of money's power we are doing it, so it is expanding very much the businesses, trade and commerce. Okay, so with this the functions of money is ending up. So money is having only, you have to think about two main functions. One is primary, one is secondary. Primary, this is the medium of exchange and the measure of value. Primarily what happened? Only we can buy goods or services with the help of money, and it determines the measure of value. And second is standard of deferred payment. We can pay somebody in the future with the help of money. Store of value, we can pay something in the future by helping or by using the money. And transfer of value, distance place, trade or businesses are happening only because of this money. So we have ended up these functions of money. Okay, so thank you and see you in the next video.